Spectra analysis is JASCO's analysis software package. While using spectra analysis, CD measurements can simultaneously be obtained using spectra measurement or any other measurement program. Once Spectra Manager is open, scroll down to Analysis and double-click on Spectra Analysis. To open a file, either click File, Open, or select the Open icon in the menu toolbar. The Spectra Analysis window consists of two main components: a dockable workspace window located on the left side of the screen, and view windows located on the right side of the screen. The workspace window shows the names of the open files and the numbered views, and the spectra are displayed in the view windows. Two or more windows may be opened simultaneously to display multiple spectra. Each window is referred to as a view. Additionally, multiple spectra can be overlaid into single view. To do this, go to File, Overlay, and select your spectrum file. If two or more views are open, you can overlay spectra by dragging the selected file to another view using your mouse in the workspace window. To move an overlaid spectrum to a new view, in the workspace window, click on the file you wish to move and drag it so that a new view is created. You can also overlay files by going to Window, Tile horizontally. If you move your mouse pointer over a spectrum, a tweezer icon will show up. Click in the view containing the spectrum you wish to move. Using the tweezer icon, drag and drop the spectrum to the view you want to overlay the spectrum in. To move or overlay all the spectra in a view simultaneously, select Window, Tile horizontally. Click within the view, but outside the graph, and the mouse pointer will change to a graph icon. Drag the mouse pointer to the destination view and release the button. All spectra are now overlaid and the original view closes. To close an entire view, go to File, Close, or select the Close icon in the top right of your screen. To save a file, go to File, Save, or Save As if you want to select the file location or the name of the file being saved. To save your analyzed spectrum in a format that is not a Spectra Manager 2 JWS file, such as a text or an Excel file, click File, Export. You can also import files that are not saved as a Spectra Manager 2 JWS file, such as a text file or a Spectra Manager 1.5 JWS file. You can also print your CD spectra, and you can save overlaid spectra in a view by going to File, Save Active View. To open these active views, click File, Open View. To copy the CD spectrum as either a picture or a bitmap for pasting into documentation or presentation software, go to Edit, Copy as Picture, or Copy as Bitmap. Cut Spectrum removes the currently selected spectrum from the active view and places it onto the Spectra Analysis clipboard. Copy Spectrum copies the currently selected spectrum in the active view to the Spectra Analysis clipboard, while Paste Spectrum pastes the contents of the Spectra Analysis clipboard into the active view. Deleting the spectrum deletes the currently selected spectrum in the active view. To edit the comments of a spectrum that can later be reviewed in the Information menu, select Edit Comments. You can now populate the following fields. There are numerous zoom options which allow you to better view regions of your CD spectra. In the View toolbar, you must first select which axis you want to edit. Clicking X modifies the X-axis scale settings, and selecting Y modifies the Y-axis settings. The Zoom Out icon reduces the spectrum horizontally or vertically, depending on which axis you select. The Zoom In icon expands the spectrum horizontally or vertically. If you select the X-axis, these icons are going to move the spectrum either to the left or to the right. Selecting the y-axis provides you with options to move the spectrum either up or down. Auto Scale y-axis resets the vertical axis to auto scale, while the full scale icon resets the scales of both axes in the current view. Default scale returns the spectrum to the default scale settings. The trace icon allows you to display coordinate data for an arbitrary point. Move the cursor over the wavelength you wish to view the data for and click on the spectrum. The corresponding coordinate data will be displayed at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Selecting the zoom icon allows you to zoom in on a particular region of your spectrum. To return to the original view, click the full scale icon in the View toolbar. The offset icon allows you to use the mouse to vertically offset an overlaid spectrum in the active view so that overlapping spectra can be more easily viewed and compared. The Select Active Data icon changes the active spectrum within an overlaid view. The View menu allows you to display or hide different toolbars. The status bar is displayed at the bottom left of your screen and provides a more detailed description of each icon and menu option, as well as coordinate information on the bottom right of the screen. Selecting the Workspace toolbar will either show or hide the workspace window to the left of your screen. If the monitor bar is selected, the data obtained for each photometric mode at a specific wavelength will be displayed. Just make sure you select the trace icon in order to use this toolbar. To change the scale of a spectrum or spectra currently displayed in the active view, select View, Scales, or select the Scales icon in the View command toolbar. The Scales menu box will pop up, and you must first select which spectrum you would like to edit if you have data for more than one photometric mode. The spectrum to be edited is specified by selecting the frame number, with 1 being the top spectrum. The desired y-axis values can be entered in the text boxes on the left of the figure preview, while the x-axis values can be selected at the bottom of the preview. Selecting Auto ignores the values entered in the text boxes and all regions are displayed. If you would like to change the design of your spectra, either go to View, Patterns, or select the Patterns icon in the View command toolbar. The Item drop-down menu lists the spectrum in the active view for which the color, line style, and line width can be changed in the following drop-down lists. Selecting the Set as Default checkbox uses the designated patterns for all subsequently opened views. To change the font of either your axis label, scale label, or peak indicators, select the Fonts icon or go to View, Fonts. Select the item for which the font settings will be changed. Then select the font name, style, size, effects, color, or orientation. You can also choose to set these parameters as the default for all subsequently opened views. The Grid Lines option under View or in the View command toolbar allows you to add or remove vertical and/or horizontal lines in the active view. The main grid lines display major axis lines, while the auxiliary grid lines display minor axis lines. Again, these parameters can be set as the default for all subsequently opened views. Selecting View, Styles, or the icon in the View toolbar changes the scale settings for the active view. First, select an axis to change its display style. The axes that are listed in the drop-down box will be the X and Y axis for each photometric mode displayed. Under Interval, selecting Auto automatically selects the grid line format, or you can manually specify the format of the main and auxiliary scales by entering the values in the text box. You can also select whether to display the max and min values at the main ticks. Tick type allows you to select how the ticks are displayed on the axis. You can also choose how many decimal places the values for the X and Y axes will be displayed in. These parameters can be set as the default for all subsequently opened views. To change the units of the x-axis, select View, Horizontal Axis Units, and then choose which units you would like to display the x-axis in. To view a spectrum's commons and measurement parameters, you can either go to View, Information, or select the Information icon in the View command toolbar. The Normalize icon, which can also be found under View, automatically normalizes the scale of each spectrum displayed in the active window. This option allows you to visualize spectra with different concentrations or path lengths in the same active view on the same scale. View, Select Graph allows you to choose which graphs you wish to display in the View window. The Window menu option changes how these views are displayed. Under the Other menu option, you can customize the data processing toolbar. To add processing icons to the toolbar, select a button from the available toolbar buttons list and click Add. To remove a button from the toolbar, select an icon from the current toolbar buttons list and click Remove. Reset returns the toolbar to the settings prior to editing. Selecting Move Up or Move Down changes the order of the selected button in the current toolbar button list, which is then displayed in that order in the data processing toolbar. Selecting Options under Other provides a variety of view, print, and data processing options. Selecting Apply View Settings to all spectra applies the patterns, fonts, and grid line parameter settings to all open views. You can also apply the scale settings to all views. Automatically Scale Display Range when a spectrum is opened or overlaid scales the y-axis. The default wave number axis provides different options for viewing the x-axis by compressing the data at different ratios. CD values at wavelengths above 500 nanometers will be compressed compared to data below 500 nanometers or 2000 wave numbers. Standard y-axis autoscale fits the y-axis scale to the maximum and minimum values displayed in the view. Selecting User Defined allows you to specify the blank space above and below the maximum and minimum values displayed in the view, as well as choosing the number of significant figures for the y-axis label. The peak indicators can also be switched on or off for both the x and y axes. The Print tab provides options to edit the print format as well as any legends. The Data Processing tab allows you to select to auto-save the data after processing, as well as where the file will be saved and the format to be saved as.